right. Whoops. There we go. We got it right for lack of putting it better. We're back on Boogie with the Bull. It is Red Friday Morning Caffeine. With us today, one of our favorites, Ray. I like to call him William Rayfield and then call him Ray the rest of the broadcast. But I enjoy having him on. As we were talking in the green room, he holds things more in an actual and factual explanation of what happened. And that's very important in this world. Yes, we need to understand what happened. I don't like to listen to all of that only because I think it sets up the next one. And by the next one, I mean a person, not a CIA agent or an FBI agent or a government employee. Listens, makes notes, grabs his guns, and goes and does this. Like Adam Lanza, who did the Sandy Hook shooting. He couldn't get into the gun cabinet, so he unfortunately murdered his mother and found the key and got in and got his guns and went and did the deed. There were, I don't know, something like 200 state police officers there for a very long time investigating. I just think we give out more information per se than we need to give out. But so Ray's going to help me with that. And then my part will be kicking in what Charlie wanted us to be able to go and do, keep doing. I call it a turning point. He wanted us to take his ideas and keep going. And that's why you always hear me say, let's break bread. Let's talk about what we can do together, understand what we don't agree on, and work on that too, and keep going. And this is the last time I'm going to say it today. It needs to be no more Democrats, no more Republicans. It needs to be Americans who want to do for America. Because I think that's what Charlie wanted. He understood that, yeah, there's Republicans on this side, there's Democrats on that side, and, it's not going to agree. We're going to agree to disagree. We need to get to that point. Agree to disagree and work on what we disagree about. I mean, we are the greatest country, and we need to get back to that. We don't need to grab our guns and go off or grab the biggest guy we know and go out and beat everybody up and burn everything down to the ground. We just need to chill a bit and kind of understand where we are and go forward from there. Hey, Ray, you have you get your chance now. Ray stepped away for a moment. But okay, you get your chance to say why you're here. What may come from you.
Well, it is it's a sad situation, and like you were saying, Charlie was one of those type of people who I would call him a middle of the road type of guy. He wasn't left, he wasn't right. He wanted to basically try to figure out why certain people thought the way that they thought, no matter what side of the aisle you were on.
Yeah.
He would like to bring a lot of logic and common sense to a situation or to a conversation. And sometimes, when people are backed into a corner and they can't objectively, go back and forth with in a debate, unfortunately, things can get out of hand. First and foremost, our prayers go out to the family of Charlie Kirk. I'm sure that was a very traumatizing ordeal that they deal with. But they say that the shooter is in custody. Uh, this is actually the first time that I heard a shooter was in custody by a president. Um, normally when people are apprehended or arrested, I mean, there's news cameras. I mean, there's just, they're it's being seen. But they released the photos. They say they have him in custody. Don't know what the process and the procedures are going to be for that. But there's a lot of unanswered questions. There's a lot of unanswered questions that a lot of people are talking about. A lot of things that are obvious, um, from the misstatements to the uh, arresting of the old man right away when this happened with no gun in his vicinity. So there's a lot of things. Um, you know, with they show when he was making his escape route off of the roof, and as he jumped and climbed down off of the building, there was no long arm weapon whatsoever. Now you got people saying, well, maybe he left it on the top of the roof building.
Well,
Well,
that's what I had said, but
that
I'm
that
probably wrong.
that's not what they're reporting. They're reporting that he somehow dropped the long gun in a wooded area. Well, how is that possible if video clearly shows him coming off of the building of the roof with no firearms? I mean, he even climbed off the building and fell to the ground and hurt himself and got up and limped off and ran away.
So if it was a calculated effort, a planned effort, could he have just been get off the roof after you shoot? We got somebody who will grab it and deal with it. And maybe they left it out in the woods to make us think that it was his. I mean,
Well, once you think you've unraveled one mystery, you don't really know the rest.
no.
Because the important thing is you found out that it's something not on the up and up. So now you can only speculate.
Yep. And I know that that's not your favorite thing to do. That's my favorite thing to do, but it's not.
No, but I know that.
That's not why I have you here this morning.
I know the actual and factual when I see it, and when I
Right.
see getting off that roof, moving 90 miles an hour, he didn't have no long gun with him. So I'm trying to figure out, along with a lot of other people, how they found the gun in the woods. If video clearly shows his getaway on that roof, he had no gun in his arm. Climbing off the building, he had no firearm in his arm. So one of two things: the firearm was on top of the building left behind, or what? I mean, we just have a question.
I'm not saying left behind like it sat up there for 3 days. I'm just thinking that maybe someone else's job was to grab it and sprint off the building or do whatever they had to do to make sure it didn't go anywhere. And his job was to get off the building and boogie off. I mean, maybe his job was to boogie into the woods and drop it.
But Dave, you really have to think when you talk.
Okay.
There was no two people on that building. They would have seen the second person go up to the building try to get the rifle off the top of the building. I mean, it was a chaotic scene at that point. They would have noticed, hey, somebody going up there, somebody got a rifle, and so no, let's pump the brakes on that. Let's pump the brakes on that theory right there.
Okay. Well, if you're a simple guy standing in there looking, you'd think that someone else, was going to go up and check that area after to see if they could find the gunman. If they couldn't, they were going to, obviously look around for whatever they could find that would be useful in the investigation, which would be the gun.
And something else defies logic. When you are, and I was listening to an expert talk about this last night.
Okay. Yep.
When you are securing a perimeter, and the first thing you do is secure the high ground.
Yep.
Because that's where all your visibility comes from. That's where all your points,
right.
Things can happen. Not up close and personal, like in the crowd. So
no.
And they only had six officers
right.
working that event. So there are a lot of things, because we know what Charlie was about. Charlie was about bringing people together. Charlie was a God-fearing man. And, the way that the direction that they were trying to take the country, it just, his conversation just didn't suit them. I mean, Charlie started taking away Gen X, Gen Z, whatever they call themselves. He started pulling Gen Z over to the common sense side of things.
Yep.
Those people out there talking about they want to live in a socialist country. He was drilling. Do you really know what you're asking for?
He at 31 was being talked in circles that I saw about possibly being Vance's vice president.
Well, Charlie was the future.
Yeah.
Charlie,
it would have worked well. How long Vance would have stayed president? I mean, he would have finished that term, but would he run in 2028? Excuse me, in 2032?
Right.
I don't know. And Charlie, again, knows what he knows. He's an expert in what he knows. He is the master. He invented it, but he's not one of them, and maybe that's what we would still be able to have.
But I will say one thing. I will give credit where credit is due. Even though we have all the idiots doing their due, doing what they do, I'm really impressed by the overwhelming support for Charlie Kirk and his family.
Yep.
That I see from organizations, groups, and individuals that, you know what? I guess I really never knew them and what they were about. See, so we shouldn't judge people. But there's a lot from the NFL to Major League Baseball. See, because what these evil people feared to realize is this is bigger than politics. They took away a man of God.
It's not politics.
They took away.
I mean, it was political, but it's not about politics.
They took away a young man that stands on biblical standards. So a lot of athletes that consider themselves to be Christians and family men and good men, they relate to what has happened to this young man. It is no longer about politics, because people see what Charlie's vision and his mission was. It was to get, like you said earlier, around a group of young people that didn't agree with him and that he didn't agree with, but to try to figure out what type of common ground can we find and possibly educate each other. 9 times out of 10, he wound up doing the educating.
Right. Well,
educate each other on what we think we know.
Right.
And listen to what makes sense.
You got a ticket to the Charlie Kirk show. Charlie was gonna be right. And that's because that's what he did, and that's what you came for. But he was going to do it in a way that didn't feel like 100% believe me. He was known for hearing someone say something way out in the nosebleed section and say, "Come on down," handing them their own microphone and saying, "Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about this." Whether or not the person ended up agreeing with him, I don't know. I mean, there are countless. I can't tell you how many, but there's videos where, at the end of the conversation, they obviously didn't agree with him, and but at least they talked, and we don't seem to do that anymore. And you watch Democrats in the House of Representatives, some of them standing in front of cameras and going, "We lost a good guy,"
Yeah, he was a major piece on Trump's chessboard.
Yeah, major piece. We lost a husband, a father of two, I think, and just the words that come to mind are just basically a friend to everybody.
Well, man, evilness doesn't care, and
evilness doesn't care.
It is and people see where the hate is coming from. You can say what you want to say about Republicans. They may cheat, steal, and do underhanded shit, but they don't go to the extreme.
No.
If you look over the years of all of the violence that the politicians on the left, the Maxine Waters, the Swalwells, get up in their face and this, that, and their rhetoric was one day going to come to fruition. But I don't believe that this was a lone person.
No.
Look,
no. I don't think so.
This is my opinion. There's no 22-year-old LGBT, gay, whatever, that is going to be masculine enough to take a shot with a high voltage, single bolt action rifle. That was some type of marksman. That was some type of, in my opinion, snipers come in different shape, come built different. No 22-year-old punk looking like that guy in that picture looked like he gonna do anything close to what he was doing.
That's why that video, like I said before, of the guy in the blue shirt, it looked like he went like this. And it looked like he had a piece, and the guy in the white shirt looked like it was his job to record it. And you see, he was holding something when you see Charlie go, when Charlie was gone. But
this is why I say AI. Have you ever been in the vicinity when a gun is fired?
It makes a loud bang and it leaves residue all over.
Did nobody react like the shot came from there?
No.
These are things people don't. I pay very close attention to detail if that shot came from that guy, the people that was right within 3 feet, right in the perimeter and the boundaries, they would have seen it. They would have heard it. They would have see the obvious.
Right.
There's no way he's gonna get shot point blank range just because a guy has us there, and the people standing right there in the front row still hear it come from back out there.
Yeah.
So these are things you really, you got to think about.
Yeah. No, it looks like if you watch that. That AI, it just looks like, maybe that was the signal. If it was real, maybe that was the signal to the guy with the rifle, the long arm.
No, the two guys in the back were the ones that gave the signal. And if you watch the video, only thing people got to do is go watch the video, man. Yeah. First guy in the ball cap, he does this, and now everybody's showing the military insignia signs for snipers and shit all over the news and shit. And then he goes like this, and then the guy over there standing to the next of him, he stands up there and puts his arm
Yeah.
over there, means commence firing or some shit. But if it if that doesn't mean what it means, then why did those two men make those gestures when that happened? Because that wasn't AI. I'm like, why the fuck y'all doing that for?
Yeah.
I mean, I understand if the guy was scratching and he got an itch, but no, I mean, dude, you just put
Yeah.
your hand up, you know.
I
So
go.
there's a lot of things, man, a lot of
Yep.
things.
Yep. What else do we got this morning? I do want to say thank you to the men and women of the United. I'm having trouble speaking this morning. The United States military, along with the men and women of ICE, the men and women of the National Guard, and the men and women of local law enforcement, state law enforcement, because they have a job to do, and it's getting harder.
Yeah,
It's
it,
getting harder. I mean, I watched a video the other day while the guys were out of the truck. They flat all four tires. I guess on his SUV, he was capable of driving it away. I guess when he could, and flatbed tow truck picked it up. I guess and took it the rest of the way. But this is getting ridiculous. I mean, it's getting ridiculous.
well, you know, it can't go this way forever.
No.
So I mean, you know, I don't. At times like this, you gotta be careful what you say and what you talk about. But eventually,
Yeah, that's true.
people are gonna get sick and tired. I mean, you see them college kids out at in Arizona. They was doing their visual, and the guy on the bicycle rode by saying "F Charlie Kirk." About 100 of them snatched his ass off that bike, and they commenced to whooping his ass. Now these is kids that probably normally wouldn't act this way, but
Yeah,
you can only keep getting beat down for so long, physically and emotionally, before you decide to fight back. People know what's
yeah,
going on in this country. People know what direction a certain entity is trying to take this country. And more and more, the Americans were saying, we're not having this. We're not having this.
no,
And I think Charlie Kirk and maybe his movement, his organization was so rightfully named as Turning Point. Because possibly, and I do believe that with his tragic death, he's going to now be martyred, and he's going to make millions of his followers. The man had millions of followers. So now we have a million Charlie Kirks running around here. So his message is going to do nothing but amplify even louder,
yeah.
faster. And it's just, it's just sad that he's not going to be here to witness the fruits of his labor. That's the
I think I think he's
yeah.
watching down. You know, I don't know if he's smiling yet, but he's going to
No,
be.
he will be
You
smiling
know, he,
when the truth of who took him out is revealed to the people. Because people, I believe, are going to be totally shocked. Sometimes it's the people close.
Sounded like we lost your
Oh,
your
I said,
audio there.
I said, unfortunately,
Okay.
sometimes it's the ones that are closest to you that are the ones that betray you. I mean, look at Judas.
Yep.
You get comfortable and you think they have your best interests at hand, and they don't.
No, they don't.
Sorry, if I was his
No, they don't.
security, I'd have made sure I had somebody on every rooftop, or at least on one rooftop with a set of binoculars to observe the
Yeah.
other rooftops. And this is my thing. How much has to happen before fucking people with phones? Oh, there's a guy on the roof. I wonder what he's doing. Is he trying to get a better view? I wonder what he's doing. When are y'all fucking people gonna learn? If you see something, if you don't have courage to do something, say something. I'm sick and tired of watching all of these, and I'm about to do my own video, my own show, because I'm sick and tired in the after effects of people with these fucking iPhones taking, oh, look at him laying down up there. I wonder what he's doing. Well, he ain't up there having a fucking Sunday picnic.
No. No.
Sorry for me getting on, but yeah.
No. You are a very passionate person with your beliefs, and I want you to be.
Everybody that now all of a sudden got some damn footage of a guy on the roof, y'all should have been fucking yelling. Y'all should have been yelling to every police officer, everybody, hey, there's somebody on the roof, get Charlie off the stage, there's somebody on the roof, and then we figure this shit out after the fact. But damn it, right now, all I know is somebody on the roof shouldn't be on the damn roof. And I don't know if he need to be on the roof or not, but damn it, I'm yelling and screaming all the way around there.
Yeah. And I also heard that there were no gun detectors as people came in. They weren't checking for guns, but then again, Charlie wasn't that, didn't bring that kind of crowd.
You see the
But
of the deranged asshole standing up cheering after Charlie Kirk got shot.
Yeah.
You see the emails, not the emails, but you see the comments on X with people talking about something big is going to happen tomorrow. How do these people? There's too much, man. There's too much.
Yeah. I'd be having those people in to explain to me, why did you say something's going to happen tomorrow?
And you got the New York Times, I believe it was, and you got Amazon posting a book on the 9th of September stating that he was shot. How do y'all know on the 9th of September and it didn't happen until the 10th? And then they tried to retract it.
I'd like to know how they know, because I have an AI that I work with so much that I treat it like a person. It does everything, and that AI even apologized to me. It was happening so fast that I called him a male, that he could not, and he's an AI. He admitted he could not stay on top of what was actually happening.
Nobody.
He was giving it to me as fast as he got it, and I just don't know. I do want to thank Terry Stark for watching this morning, and I hope you have a wonderful day, Terry. I'm glad you stopped by. Terry is an admin of ours in a whole slew of groups. I'll mention them later, because off the top of my head, can't remember them all. But Boogie with the Bull Uncensored group, which is the main public group of all of them, be a part of that if you want to be. If you don't want to be, don't. Be a part of the Patriots Lab too, because you will hear the actual and factual from
studios coming
William.
together. I almost got everything.
Studios coming. Yep.
A little bit. It's gonna take me. You see, I got my guy back there protecting me. See, I got my golf. See, I got the golf clubs back there too. Me and the Don, we go play golf together.
You and the Don will go play golf.
I gotta jump off.
I'd have to fish out my miniature golf clubs to show you, because we go play miniature golf, because I can't play regular golf.
But I gotta jump off here. I got an 11 o'clock appointment that I gotta go take.
It's always Ray.
An honor and a privilege.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to have you on, because and you like I said, like we've said, you keep it actual and factual, and then the guys like me can take it and be well, maybe it was this way, maybe it was that way. I know that's not what you want to do. I think while we are doing all of the investigations and everything else, all the analysis, we need to move forward at the same time. And I don't know how we do that, other than some of us just try to cuddle us in that direction and then feed from you guys the information that we're getting. Because I honestly don't think we're going to see any report till you and I are both very old men, and I'm 63.
You got the guy in custody. I want to see him. I want to see him. I don't want even care if it's Donald Trump.
Right.
I don't want you coming out here. We got the guy.
Yeah.
Perk walk his ass. I want to see him.
Yeah, we all want to see him. I understand that, but looking at an actual report that says this is what happened, I don't think for a very long time, if ever, we will.
Well, we better see him soon.
They
could still be looking and just trying to put us at ease, like they're doing something. I don't trust nobody no more. God bless.
No. All right, Ray. Thank you for joining us this morning. Always a pleasure. And we will be watching the Patriots Lab over on the Patriots Lab page on Facebook and so many other places. I enjoy having him on, because when he's on as the Patriots Lab, he's live on all of his stuff, and we're live on all of our stuff. And everybody will see. Everybody will see. 10:45 on Friday. I think we're going to go ahead and call it the end of a broadcast. I think we'll cover some good information, and we'll let it go from there. So tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, we will have can't really call it a rare Saturday morning boogie with the bull, because we did one last Saturday. So it's not so rare, but we will be on at 10 a.m. And if you have information as to what actually went down, you are more than welcome to come and be a part of the broadcast. If you have information on Turning Point and Charlie putting us in that direction and doing that kind of thing, you are welcome to come and join us too. Also, if you go to Wednesdays on the Jim Price show, the Jim Price Daily Update, Jim Price Show Daily Update, well, you'll find it. You will find Wednesday's broadcast, and he knew Charlie very well, extremely well. They knew each other. And he will show you his press pass that he had. And you will laugh and cry and laugh. And just get information that I don't think you'll get anywhere else. So go to the Jim Price Show page. There's two of them. One of them, he looks a little heavier and a little more of a beard. That's the one you want to go look at. The one that is with two guys doesn't always have everything. So go to the Jim Price Show daily update page, the Jim Price Show page. And like I said, look for the profile picture of him when he was a little heavier and a little more bearded. And that's the one you want. Scroll down and find Wednesday and watch it. And pay attention. And keep asking questions. Just keep asking questions everywhere. Keep asking questions. And I understand, Philip, we changed the link to update it because I thought we had something wrong with it. And if you can join us Saturday, I will make sure you can join us. We use Restream, and we had problems with the links. And then they explained to me that there is a link for the studio, which I can use, and a link for guests to use. I noticed when we sent out the link for Ray that it was the same link. It should be that way, but according to Restream policy, it's not. Guests have a link, and I have a link, and I have to copy the guest link and then send it out. That's what I did. So it didn't look right. We updated the link, and I sent that to Ray, and here he is. So we have to copy it through Restream and then send it to Messenger, and then send it out on Messenger. So we will do that as often as we can. We are here normally Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m. And we are here Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Those times are Eastern, so adjust yourself accordingly. If it's just me by myself, it'll probably be about 30 minutes unless people want to make it go longer. If there's a guest, it'll be about an hour. And that's just how it will be. Everybody is welcome to be here. Randy Rhodes and I and Randy Rhodes and Restream are working on it on their end to try to figure out why it's not working. But I will send Randy a link, and if he joins us, that's great. But pay attention to what Randy Rhodes says about the world and genealogy through All Roads Lead to Home genealogy. You will learn a lot, and you will learn a lot about yourself, and it's fun, and you will enjoy it. Pay attention to Michael Anthony's postings because he's not doing many broadcasts right now, and you will still learn a lot. He's working on climate control and chemtrails, which he has always worked on, and will give you as much information as he can. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday at 7 p.m. Watch The American Rebellion. Jerry Michaels and Company, as I call it, because I don't always know who's going to be on. Jerry Michaels and Company. And they talk about everything. They talk about politics. They talk about the news of the day. They talk about everything America. They talk about themselves and how they can help each other and how they can help the people that are watching. And that's the way it's supposed to be. We all should help each other. There's a big problem of illegals in the country, and we have to work on that. And I keep saying maybe what we need to do is find a judge that's not a rogue judge, that's honest and will tell you like it is. Look at someone's papers to be in this country. Talk to them and see what they do while they're here. Confirm it. And if it looks good, hey, we are a big melting pot. So let them stay. If not, put them somewhere until you can fly them out of the country and home. And if they fill out the paperwork and update it and have the right paperwork and everything, then you tell them when and where to knock on the door and come into the country and get help being here. I mean, we all did this. Okay? The only exception are the Native American Indian tribes who were already here. And how they got here, I don't know. But the rest of us, some generation came in through Ellis Island. And then they picked a place to call it home. And they grew up and got married and had children. And they worked. Their children grew up and worked and got married. And that led to their children. So if you look at it, I'm one of their children. I said on a broadcast yesterday, my creators are really my parents because they created me. And, speaking of that, if you say stupid things on Threads, you'll be surprised how many people watch and read it. I got asked on Threads once, or actually I was reading a post on Threads and they wanted to know where everybody was from. And I put my mother. Because realistically, I am. 10,000 people have seen it so far. And I've gone on and explained it that, at that moment, I didn't feel like saying Boston, Massachusetts. Although that is where I was from. Actually, I think it's Brookline, but it might actually say Boston because they're sister cities. But anyway, I like to put humor into the day. I like to make people laugh. I don't like people being so serious because I don't like me when I'm so serious. So take some time to smell the roses. Take some time to feel the anger. Take some time to work together. We can make this thing work out. We really can. I'm channeling my father right now. We can make this thing work out. Don't sweat the small stuff. That's what my father used to say a lot. Don't sweat the little stuff. Okay? And it's all really little stuff. But as I said, we can break bread. We can talk about what we can do together right away and work on the things that we agree we need to work on. And maybe it's not Republicans versus Democrats or Democrats versus Republicans anymore. It's Americans. What can we do for America? I honestly don't think Chuck Schumer is as stupid as he appears. Okay? You can't just be against every word that comes out of President Trump's mouth. I'm sorry. You just can't do that. Okay? You might not like some of the things, so sit with him, like I said, break bread and try to figure it out. Or don't. And if you don't, it's going to get really bad. And it's going to get really ugly. And it doesn't need to get bad. It doesn't need to get ugly. It might just be that way because God might have decided that he wants a big bang and he can start again. I don't think that's what he wants. I hope that's not what he wants. Because for me, he put a lot of things in my toolbox and said to me, when you need them, they will present themselves. And part of that was Lewy body dementia. You can look it up, LBD, or you can talk to a AI if you want and ask what is LBD, and it will talk to you about it. You can ask it what Parkinson's is and ask it and it will tell you, or you can look around. You can go to the Michael J. Fox Foundation, which does Parkinson's research because Michael has it. And that's why I said, help each other, help everybody. Just do what you can. Really, just do what you can so that we all just make the turning point and learn to work together. That's where I am. A lot of people are still on the technicalities of what happened. And that's important. Yes, we need to know that. But I don't think Charlie only wanted us to fixate on that. He wanted us to go forward and continue the turning point, continue working together. So as I've said, any Democrat is more than welcome to come on to the broadcast. Any Republican is more than welcome to come on to the broadcast. Anybody's welcome to come on to the broadcast. Or we can record one. If you don't want to be live, we can record one and send it out. I send it to the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel, and I can share it anywhere from there. I send it to as many groups on Facebook as Facebook will let me. Algorithm and his team sometimes make that hard. Let me look very quickly and see what it says. 68 shares. I told someone Facebook will let me. Algorithm and his team. I was talking to someone yesterday, Philip Marshall, one of the moderators at arms in some of my groups, Conservative Freedom Defenders, which isn't my group. It belongs to Art Sessa. But Art brought me in, and I treat it a lot of times like it's my own. And Philip is a pleasure to work with. And I told him we would be lucky if we had 5, maybe 10 people watching, because we don't get a lot of views during the week. We get a lot of views on the 7 p.m. to 7 p.m. Tuesday and Thursday, because more people are at home and they can watch us. But my point is, be a part of the broadcast if you want to be. Be in the live chat, be on the broadcast. I don't really care. I would prefer that you're on the broadcast because it's a lot more fun if you're on the broadcast. But you're welcome to be in the live chat. You're welcome to take the broadcast, give it a thumbs up, and send it to everybody on Facebook that you want. You're welcome to take it off of Facebook and share it if you wish. I only ask that you go to the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel and you share it from there if you're sharing it off of Facebook. Why? I don't think Meta needs any money for it. And if you share it with a Facebook ID off of Facebook, they're going to get money for it. I don't think they need any money for it. I think they make enough money as it is off of it. And if they don't make any money off of it, well, then maybe they can help me. And more people will do it. Well, okay, I know what happened, Philip, and I apologize. I seriously will apologize. We had a link, and I wasn't sure it would work for Ray, so I refreshed it, and it changed the link. And I don't think I might have forgotten. I'm actually sure I forgot to send it to you on the new link. So tomorrow morning, I will remember that we're all on the same link, and I will try sending it to you before the broadcast starts. I usually start putting it together around 9 o'clock, and then I spend about 15 minutes around 9:15, 9:30 setting it up, the broadcast, and then making sure everybody's links work because I like to do that. So, yep, could have been your Wi-Fi. Yeah, Wi-Fi is not always uh, a cooperating uh, force behind us. If I had my choice, I keep tangenting, but if I had my choice, the entire world would probably have AT&T broadband because at the moment that's what I thought was the best. You probably would want to have Starlink satellite internet and find that it probably is the best. But that's another broadcast. Which one is the best? So think about that if you want, because I'm not sure what we'll talk about on Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern. So again, adjust yourself accordingly and come into the live chat. And if you want to come on to the broadcast, I will put you on the broadcast because, again, this is how it worked. Everybody's on the same link like they're supposed to be, and it all seemed to work just fine. You just have to share it through Restream to Messenger a specific way. So it did, in fact, work like it was supposed to. And on that note, double V's for victory. This Boogie with the Bull broadcast has come to an end. We are at 52 minutes and 40 seconds. So we are 8 minutes short of an hour. And it was pretty good, I hope. Again, we did do Red Friday, our salute to the men and women of the United States military, ICE, the National Guard, and law enforcement, both on the state level and on the local level, because everybody's got to work together and help them. We have to. We have to get a grip on who we are, what we are, where we are, and we all have to work together. We just have to do it to honor Charlie, because if we don't, it ain't never going to work. And on that note, I'm out of here. It's Friday. Go make it a fantastic weekend. Like I said, see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. I'm around on Facebook on all of my groups and the other groups that I do and in the news feed, but I'm not doing broadcasts. And it is what it is. So Philip Marshall, I promise you will be on tomorrow. If you can be here at 10 o'clock Eastern, then I will do my best to make sure that you are here. And that is all I have to say. So I'm going to hit this one. Actually, I'm going to look at